Hi everybody! So I want to share something I observed and learned during my latest race, the Dirty Dozen in Pittsburgh. That race has super steep hills. You do 13 of them, and one of the hills is Canton Avenue. It's, according to Wikipedia, the steepest public road in the US. I think the grade is something like 30% or even more for a stretch of it. So it's super steep, plus it's cobbled, and when I did it, it was raining that day a little bit, so the cobbles were maybe a bit damp. So I was extremely nervous coming up to this hill. I didn't know what to expect. I had never done it before. Everyone I talked to said it took them several tries to get up it, and the first one or two tries they fell. And so I really did not want to fall. I just wanted to get up it. But I really didn't think I could. I was a little nervous. So I put it in the easiest gear, as everyone told me I would need to, and I stood for it. That's also something that people told me. They said, you won't be able to get up it if you stay seated. And I tried to keep my legs moving. Now that's very important. If you're going up a steep grade, you want to try to keep a fairly steady velocity, especially if you're out of saddle and if you're on slippery or rough terrain. And this was cobbles, so it was definitely rough terrain. And if I had made sudden accelerations, that's when your wheels can possibly start slipping out. So I just tried to keep my legs going very, very steady. Now it was so steep that I had to put a lot of force into the pedals. And to do that, you can kind of grab the handlebars, pull them up, and use that to counteract the force going down. And you can put more force down into your legs if you're pulling up on the bars. But the problem is, it's so steep that if you pull up too much, that front wheel could lift off the ground, and you definitely don't want that. So I had to be super careful to not pull too much, and I was actually really using a lot of core strength, a lot of control in my upper body, and it felt harder in my upper body, just the massive control and attention I was giving that, than it actually felt in my lower body. My lower body was pushing hard, but really the difficulty of this segment was finding that balancing act between pushing and pulling and also being forward enough on the bike, not too back, so I'm balanced fore and aft on those wheels. So when you're climbing something steep, please think about that. Think about your upper body, what your arms and your hands are doing, what your shoulders are doing, everything that's feeding into those pedals. And almost think of your upper body more than your lower body, and you might get up that hill much faster.